I've been really craving a pumpkin pie blizzard from Dairy Queen, but my cheat day isn't for a bit, and a medium pumpkin pie blizzard is 970 calories. So I'm gonna show you what I've been making and eating instead to help me satisfy my cravings, but also to help me stay on track so that I can keep losing fat. So this is what you're gonna need, cute honey. A Dairy Queen pumpkin pie blizzard has real pumpkin pie pieces blended into their soft serve, and then it's topped with a dollop of whipped cream and a pinch of nutmeg on top. This is what we're gonna use for my version. And first, this is a Ninja Creamy recipe, so you will need a cute Ninja Creamy. We're not sponsored, we just like it. We got it from Costco a few years ago on sale. We're gonna need a tablespoon of low-calorie sweetener, and we're using the Great Value low-cal sweetener. Then you're gonna need a ready-made pumpkin spice protein shake, and this one is the Premier Protein Pumpkin Spice Protein Shake, and we got these from Costco. And you're gonna need a 1/3 cup of protein milk plus 2 tablespoons for the respin. The milk that I like to use is the Fairlife 0%. It's my favorite protein milk because it's the lowest calories with the most protein. Then you're gonna need 20 grams of protein powder, and I'm using the best. This is HTLT Sup's casein and whey protein powder in the vanilla ice cream flavor. This is literally the best tasting vanilla protein powder that you will ever try. And I love the casein and whey blend because it really mixes well into liquids and things like Ninja Creamies and stuff. Also, there's no chunkiness or aftertaste like you'll find in other protein powders. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below for this. And then for the toppings, we're gonna need some spice cookies, and I'm gonna use the Dare Simple Pleasures Spice Snaps. I'm gonna use 2.5 of them, and I'm gonna crush them up. And what I'm doing with these is, since I'm not using real pumpkin pie pieces to save calories, I'm using the pumpkin spice protein shake to simulate the pumpkin pie filling, and then I'm using the spice cookies to simulate the pie crust. And then we're gonna need, for the whipped cream, I'm using light canned whipped cream, 4 tablespoons. I don't really think that nutmeg is gonna go perfectly on here. I would rather use pumpkin pie spice because I think it'll give it more of a pumpkin pie feel. And so I'm gonna use a pinch of that instead of the nutmeg like Dairy Queen uses. Before I get working, I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for over 10 years. So if you wanna know exactly what I ate and did to lose my weight, keep it off, and look at this. Get into the best shape of my life. I'm 42, bud. I have 4 weight loss ebooks. You can buy them all separately and use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off, or you could buy all 4 in my everything bundle for a cheaper price. Then use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off the already cheaper price for a double savings. Links down below if you wanna check it out. So we're gonna be making the base first. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the liquid and pour it into my Ninja Creamy pint. So first we'll do the 1/3 cup of milk, and then I'm gonna do this whole protein shake. Shake it first because sometimes stuff settles on the bottom. And for reference, this is 325 mils. Pour that all the way in there. It smells so good. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to stir in some orange coloring because you gotta have fun with this. I'm gonna take some red. Let's try like 1, 2, 3, let's try 4 red and then maybe like 6 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm just going to stir and see if my orange. Oh,
it's a little pink.
A little pink, maybe a couple more orange.
Yeah. Now, even though they give you a chart on the back, it's always, when we make this, a guessing game because we found this chart does not work.
Yeah.
To make these colors.
We did. Okay, so that looks
great.
Looks good to me. Okay, so that was about 10 yellows and 4 reds, I think. Now I'm just gonna put that aside, and I'm gonna mix together my dry ingredients. So the sweetener and the protein powder. I find when you mix it separate, it blends in much nicer and smoother. So we're just gonna stir this until it's really well combined. And then what I'm gonna do is put a little in at a time. So I'm gonna put about 2 spoonfuls in, and I'm gonna take my milk frother and blend this for about 30 seconds. You wanna go like all the way around the bottom, up and down the sides, and just make sure that it's as smooth as possible. So that looks pretty darn good. Let's take some more. Do another 2 spoonfuls. And then we're gonna go for another 30 seconds. And then just wanna make sure you get all the powder from the top. Blend it all in real nice all over. And then we're just gonna pour the last bit in there. And we'll blend it for another little bit. Just wanna blend it a little extra for the last bit just to make sure. I like to go like this to see if I got it all. And you know what else is really cool about making our own blizzards is we live in Canada and everything is probably just like everywhere else, ridiculously expensive. I can probably make a ton of these for way cheaper than one blizzard at Dairy Queen. I can make a ton of these at home for cheaper. So that is cool. So that's what it looks like. What I'm gonna do now is cover it with the Ninja Pint lid, and I'm gonna freeze it for 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, I'm gonna show you how I put it all together and top it with the cute little toppings. Okay, our blizzard has been in the freezer for 24 hours. The first thing I did was take it out after 24 hours and let it sit on the counter for 20 minutes. And then to refresh our memory of what we're gonna need for the toppings, we need 2.5 of any sort of spice cookie that has been crushed. I'm using the Dare Simple Pleasures Spice Snaps. And what I've done is I've got 2 crushed cookies over here to go in the ice cream for mix-ins, and then half of a cookie crushed with a little bit of chunky pieces to go on the top. Then we're gonna need a pinch of pumpkin pie spice for the top, and 4 tablespoons of light whipped cream for the top, and 2 tablespoons of protein milk. I'm using Fairlife for the respin. What I'm gonna do now is run this under warm water for 40 seconds. Doing that and letting it sit on the counter, we find helps make it a bit creamier. That's the sound our microwave makes when things are done timing on it. Okay, I'm just drying this off, and let's pull off the lid. That made a beautiful shade of orange. So now what I wanna do is load it into the creamy. There we go. Okay, turn it on. Then we're gonna select the light ice cream setting. Okay, that's done. We're gonna take it out, take the lid off. That is looking great already. Now what I wanna do is, it's always a bit icy looking because we are making low calorie ice cream. So after the first spin of it, what I wanna do is make a hole with my butter knife, and to make it creamier on the next spin, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of the protein milk.
This is the hack.
Yeah, it really does work wonders. It'll be a lot creamier on your next viewing. There we go. So now we'll close this up. We'll load it back in. And then now we're going to select the respin right here. Okay, let's take it out again. Take off the lid. And see how much creamier that makes it look? Looks awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna make another hole with the butter knife. I ripped my paper towel in half so that I could do this because it'll be easier to put the mix-ins in that way. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of coverage here. Put this back on.
Much creamier.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna put this in for the last time here. And now we're gonna select mix in. Okay, let's pull it out for the final time. Oh yeah, look how great that looks. That looks awesome. So now we're gonna top it. I'm gonna take the rest of that crushed up cookie and just put it over the top there. And now we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of the light whipped cream. Normally I would actually measure this out in tablespoons, but for thumbnail action, it looks cuter if I eyeball it. 4 tablespoons. And then we're gonna do a pinch of the pumpkin pie spice.
Beautiful.
There, that looks awesome.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, so calories for this. 384 calories, 8 grams of fat, 27 grams of carbs, and 52 grams of protein.
52?
Yes.
Wow.
Now get this. Dairy Queen's version, 970 calories, 32 grams of fat, 151 grams of carbs, and only 18 grams of protein. So by making my version, you're saving 586 calories, 24 grams of fat, 124 grams of carbs, and you're adding 34 grams of protein.
Wow.
Freaking baller.
Nailed it.
We nailed it. So let's have a bite. Gotta get some of everything there.
Oh yeah, look how creamy that
Hey,
is.
look down in there, those little chunkers.
Oh, cool.
This looks great.
Shake it.
I can't even go as fast as I want to go. Wow. Oh, you got the pumpkin pie nailed through the whole thing with the cookies, for the mix-ins with the premier protein. You guys gotta try this. It is so good. You are not missing a thing. Dairy Queen, look out, bud. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. Cutie. Yeah. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.